Everyone, welcome to Faithful Fridays. Also, a combination of Fruitful Fridays. This is a duck pond. What you see are two geese with a broken leg so they don't leave. Shout out to the young man that watches and notices these things. And then there's a white duck here. Now, for the past few months, at least since October, there has been a jet black duck with a black bill, this beautiful white duck, and a golden duck, as the young man called it. It was a brown duck, and they all three would always stay together. They were like a little family. Then recently, maybe about a week or so two ago, the brown duck, and I always assumed that the white duck was the mama duck, the black duck was the daddy duck, and the golden duck was like a little mixed baby duck, teenager duck. And even though there were a bunch of ducks, those three always stuck together, and sometimes just like a family, you would see the white duck chasing after the black duck, like the mama duck chasing after the daddy duck, and quack, 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 and him running away. And so after a while, the young man stated, where's the golden duck? And I was like, what are you talking about? Now, for a while, I noticed like I had moved my things from one location to the next, and the little duck was sitting under a palm tree. And I thought that was weird because at first I thought it was a plastic bag, so I went to pick it up, just like I picked up the park this morning. And I'm going to say this, it must be, every Friday must be vandalism day for some folks, because last Friday things were set on fire. This Friday I came out and the garbage bins that the park has for the park goers, all the trash bags were taken out of the bins, and then now there's 2 trash cans completely missing. So I don't know what's going on. It's absolutely insane. But anyways, yesterday, as I was doing my Thankful Thursdays, the young man was like, I didn't understand what he was saying at first. He was like, I thought he said, where's the black plug? And I was like, what? Then I thought he said, where's the black thug? And I was like, what? And he was like, where is the black duck? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, the black duck is missing. And I looked, and I saw the white duck all by herself, and it made me so sad because there were tons of geese. And when I saw the tons of geese, I saw the white duck, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's all by herself. There's ducks, but they're not around her. And he was like, no, there's 2 geese with broken legs that never leave, and they're always with her. Y'all. And I told that young man, I was sad to say, and he was like, I thought you noticed, kind of like, if you care about things, you should have noticed. But I was just like, I haven't noticed because I had so much going on. And I was like, oh my gosh, you can't talk to me again because you notice everything. And that just breaks my heart, So, yeah, there's something going on at this park. Like I said, there was a hate crime created that was committed last Friday. I identified the individuals, but nothing happened. I went to a police ethics forum last night at the university, and I was expecting a lot more. But actually, that police ethics forum is, it's been a while since I've been to college, or university. It was based on what you would expect for a university. It was watered down. There were no controversial topics or anything like that. So, but anyways, today's Faithful Fridays, Faithful Fridays. And also, it was reported that about midnight last night, there was a truck that pulled in. Last year about this time, I had a stalker, and I'll call that individual SGD just because of an identifier. And they would always pull into the pavilion in that manner. Last night about midnight, it was observed that that's kind of what happened. And, there was screeching and this, that, and the other. And I can't say that, both of the things are the same. But when I came out this morning, all that stuff was everywhere. So that's that. But just wanted to share with you that story.